Hello, dear students. My name is Keswar Panigrahi. So today we are going to discuss a new topic of your database management system, that is your data independence. So in our last class we have discussed about what is three-level architecture and what are the three levels are there and how they are working in database management. So all the topics we have already covered in our last session, named as three-level architecture of DBMS. Okay. So today we are going to start another topic, that is your data independence. So what is data independence and what are the types of data independence? Where we should use the data independence concept in our database management system, we have to cover in this session. Okay. So first, what is data independence? Data independence can be explained using the three schema architecture. That means when the word comes independence, no dependency is there. That is called as independence. Okay. That means any data does not depend on another data for accessing or for implementing or for accessing by the user or to perform some operations. So all these are comes under data independence. That means one data will not be depend to the another data. It's called as data independence. Okay. So there is no dependency is there. Okay. So where we should implement the data independence concept in three schema architecture or in three level architecture, what we will discuss in our last session. There you have to implement the concept of data independence. So data independence refers characteristic of being able to modify the schema at one level of the database system without altering the schema at the next level. That means without depending on one level, the another level should be performing some tasks or should be modify or should be changed their informations are called as the data independence concept in our three schema architecture. So what are the three levels are there? External level, internal level and physical level. Okay. So three levels are there. Okay. Sorry, external level, internal level and conceptual level. Okay, three levels are there. So three levels are not dependent with each other to implementing the concepts in the database management system or three level architecture. Okay. So what are the types of data independence are there? There are two types of data independence are there. So what are they? One is logical data independence and second one is your physical data independence. So what is logical data independence? So logical data independence refers characteristic of being able to change the conceptual schema without having to change the external schema. That means, so the external level is directly related to the your view level or to the end users. Okay, but the conceptual level describes all the concepts are what are implemented in the database concept or creating the database and performing the tasks on the database, that all the concepts are defined in the conceptual level. So what is the logical data independence? So logical data independence refers characteristic of being able to change the conceptual schema without having to change the external schema. That means without changing the external level status, we are able to change the conceptual level data, that is called the logical data independence, where the external level data will not depend on the external level data. Okay, so that is called the logical data independence. So logical data independence is used to separate the external level of the conceptual value. Okay, so why we are using the logical data independence? So the logical data independence is used to separate the external level from the conceptual view. Okay. So if we do any changes in the conceptual level of the data, then the user view of the data would not be affected. Okay. Because why the external level data will not be affected? Because whatever may be the changes are done inside the conceptual level, but the user is only related with the data that what the data is going to be gives the result. Okay. But it does not know, so what are the logics are implemented inside the conceptual level for that performance or for that operation, that is totally unknown by the user. Okay, so that's why if we do any changes in the conceptual level view of the data, then the user view of the data would not be affected. So logical data independence occurs at the user interface level. So where we should implement the logical data independence? The user interface level. Okay. So next we will go through the physical data independence. That means actually the word itself suggests that physical data, that means it is directly related with your internal level. Okay. So physical data independence can be defined as the capacity to change the internal schema without changing the conceptual schema. That means without do any change in the conceptual schema, we have to change the internal schema. Okay, so that means concepts are used after the data are stored. Okay, so the basic concept is there. So the concepts or the logics are implemented after the data are getting loaded into the database. Okay, so the physical data are loaded inside the database, that is your internal level. We can call it as internal level, where the physical data are physically stored inside the database. That is called your internal level. So after the data are getting loaded into the database, we have to implement some logics or some operations or some performance to execute them and give the result to the external level, and the user will access that data and the result, that is called as your view level or external level or user level, you can call it also. So that's why the physical data independence can be defined as the capacity to change the internal schema or the internal level without having to change the conceptual level. Okay. So if we do any changes in the storage size of the database system server, then the conceptual structure of the database will not be affected. Why it will not be affected? Because as I told you that the concepts or the logics are implemented or applied after the data are getting loaded into the database in the internal level. That's why any changes in the storage size of the database system server, then the conceptual structure of the database will not be affected. So physical data independence is used to separate conceptual levels from the internal levels. Conceptual levels from the internal levels. That means it relates two levels, that is your conceptual level and internal level. But in the logical data independence, it relates with your conceptual level and external level or view level. Okay. So physical data independence occurs at the logical interface level. So this is all about your logical data independence and physical data independence. This is the diagrammatic representation of implementing the logical data independence and physical data independence. So logical data independence is creating the relation in between the external level and logical level, and the physical data independence creates the relation in between the logical level and physical level. So in the below there are databases where we can store our physical data, and this all the physical level are called as the internal level. This is the conceptual level and this is the external level. Okay, that is directly related with your end users. Okay, or we can call it as view level also. Okay, so the logical data independence is used in external level, in between external level and logical level, and the physical data independence is used in between the logical level and physical level. Okay, so this is all about your data independence concept. Okay, it is a part of 3-level architecture. Okay, so you go through it, listen it carefully, and if any doubts you can ask. Okay, thank you.